Guys, we got a little bit of a different video for you today. Rather than doing a knife unboxing, this is going to be me and Chad over the next 2 weeks going through our knife collection prior to starting the YouTube channel. So yeah, I'm going to start that off this week, and then you can look forward to Chad's next week. So let's get started. This is the Gerber profile folder. I picked it up at Walmart for 40 bucks. Gerber won't tell you what kind of steel this is, but I can tell you that it's hard to sharpen, it pits a little bit easily, and it is a nice, tough steel though. It is pretty strong, and it came in sharp enough with a nice edge. It does have a liner lock, as you can see, which feels strong enough. Has dual thumbed studs, which are nice, easy to open quickly with both hands. It does have Torx screws throughout the handle, which I feel like are a great choice. They don't strip as easily as Allen heads. So yeah, you don't have to worry about that when you're disassembling your knife to clean it. It does have this nice rubberized grip, which encourages a thumb grip here. Unfortunately, this groove you see here is only for right-handed people, so it will be a little less comfortable for left-handed users, but I don't feel like it's a problem. It just feels a little bit off with my left hand. But for 40 bucks, I think this is a great budget workhorse knife. It's not going to fail and break on you. You can use it for years without having to worry about it. So yeah, I think that's great. Next up, we have a Spyderco Native. It was given to me by my girlfriend Emily. You can buy it at any store that sells Spyderco knives for around 70 bucks. It uses CPMS 30V steel, which is a great steel. It's easy to sharpen, holds a nice blade, and it is a tough enough steel. It's easy to keep and sharpen to a shaving sharp edge. This one does come in with a chisel grind, which is what you'll get with Spydercos that have full-length serrations. I would prefer a hollow or a flat grind, but you can use a sharp maker to keep it at a chisel grind, and this works great for Spyderco, so I won't complain. As always, the serrations are awesome. They're what Spyderco's famous for. It does have the standard Spyderco thumb hole, which is a nice, simple way to open your knife. Has a back lock, which feels nice and strong. Comes with a lanyard hole, which is nice. It does have riveted construction, which unfortunately means you can't disassemble it, but it will be a little more rigid and strong. And it comes in well centered, so you don't have to worry about centering it when you receive it. The handles are fiberglass reinforced nylon, which is not the strongest material, but it looks and functions fine. Doesn't have the feel of a more expensive material, but it is important to remember that at 70 bucks this is a cheaper Spyderco knife, and with that said, it's a good material. It has these two grooves here for your fingers. One is on the blade, which I wouldn't prefer, but it's got a nice guard. I don't feel like my finger's going to slip off, and it gives you a nice forward grip on the knife for more control and leverage, which is nice. I love Spyderco. All of their knives are great quality. This is no exception. And on that note, we have the Spyderco S, which is obviously a gentleman's knife. I also got this one from Emily. It is discontinued now, but when it was in production it cost $105. First, most important thing to notice is this spider web pattern that has been molded into the blade and handles. This is going to limit the knife a little bit, but it looks nice. It's made this way with a technology that Spyderco calls MIM, mold injected metal. On this particular knife they used 440C steel, which is nice, but it's not as nice as the CPM series or other more expensive steels that Spyderco will usually use in their knife. It has this compression lock here, which is sort of like a liner lock that is accessed on the back. It's not the strongest type of lock, but it looks nice, and it is integrated into the knife's look, so I'm fine with it. It has a flat grind, which is nice, and it did, obviously, since it's a Spyderco, come shaving sharp. The handles are made from aluminum, they match the blade, and here on the back of the knife we have jimping, which gives you a nice grip. I like it. Obviously, though, not a workhorse type of knife. You can't abuse it, you will break it. It is structurally weakened by the pattern. But as far as something to impress your colleagues or other rich people when you're opening your mail and things of that nature, that knife is great. Moving on, we have the AKC Large Leverletto Tactical. I picked it up at a gun show. You can pick it up on bladeplay.com for $110. It is a fairly unique design. Not a lot of people know about it. A leverletto is simply a stiletto switchblade knife that does have a different firing mechanism. Rather than a button here that would normally be in this section of the handle, you have a lever which you're going to press down to fire the knife. I personally like this system a lot better for a number of reasons. First off, it is slimmer, which allows the knife to be smaller profile, which is what a stiletto is all about. Also, it's unique. You're not going to find many other people with them, so that's something to think about. It doesn't accidentally fire, and it doesn't have a safety for you to worry about. You just fold the lever up and put it in your pocket. You don't have to worry about it folding down and being pressed, because it won't be. An important thing to note, when you're firing this knife, keep your thumb below the hole in the lever and push down decisively. If you push on the lever higher, or if you don't push all that hard, it will be hard to get it to fire reliably, but personally I think it's easy enough. So yeah, and then once you've opened the knife, you don't have a button in the way impeding your grip. You can fold the lever out of the way, not have to worry about it. So there's that. Unfortunately, AKC doesn't tell you what type of steel this is. Knowing the company, I can try to tell you that it's probably more of a cheap stainless steel. Probably similar to 440A or B, which it's not a great steel, but it's important to remember that coming in at $110, this is a really budget knife as far as stilettos are concerned. Stilettos go easily up into the $300, $400 range, and with the AKC Leverletto, you get a strong, nice-looking knife. You don't have to worry about it breaking on you, but you pay the price of things like a cheaper steel. It does have a riveted construction, which with a stiletto I'm actually okay with that. Stiletto has a complicated mechanism, so I wouldn't recommend taking one apart to clean or look at the internals anyway. It does have a flat grind, which I'm a fan of. It is shy of shaving sharp, but only by a little bit. It's fairly easy to sharpen, and it is stronger and stiffer than most stilettos, but you've got to remember it's not up to snuff with a tactical folder. It's not designed like a tactical folder. It is a thinner, lighter knife, and it's just not going to be as strong. So don't expect to be, using it like it's a Spyderco military or anything like that, because it's not. You will eventually break it if you abuse it enough. So moving on, we have a couple sheath knives here. So we have the Buck Nighthawk first. I picked it up at Walmart for $50. It uses 420 high carbon steel in the blade. Keep in mind, this isn't your typical 420 steel. It's much better steel. It's more of a more expensive steel. You can expect it to behave like an expensive steel. And Buck's coating is pretty nice. I've used and abused this knife plenty, and if you look, there's barely any wear on the finish. It's not shaving sharp, but it's decent. It's a little bit hard to sharpen because it is a hard steel. The serrations are really nice. They actually came in extremely sharp, reminiscent of a Spyderco serration. Very useful. Unfortunately, this knife has been discontinued. You can buy one with a Tonto blade or one with a wooden handle, but not with the rubberized grip and the clip point. I don't know why, but that's the way it is. It's not a full tang knife, but it does feel really solid. I wouldn't worry about it breaking. I've used and abused it plenty, and it hasn't broken on me yet. It's actually stayed together really well. It is nicely balanced. It's a little bit forward to the grip. It does have a thick cross section in the back and a rubberized texture on the handle. Unfortunately, the rubberized texture is prone to wear because it is softer, but nothing serious, just a little scuffage and stuff like that. So, did come with a nylon sheath, little plastic insert in there. Not the best quality sheath, but I'm not complaining. Does its job, holds the knife. So, yeah, I'd say as far as budget fixed blades go, Buck Nighthawk is a great choice. It's a great knife. I've used it hammering in tent stakes, things like that. I take it camping with me, and you don't need to worry about it. It will stay together and work for you for lots and lots of the time. Next up, we have the Gerber Steadfast. Bought it at Dick's for $40. Wasn't happy to find out you can actually find them on Amazon for like $28, so I'd go and check that out. But it uses a relatively unknown steel. It's called 7CR17MOV. People compare this steel to 440A, 440B, 420, but it's really not as simple as that. It is not a great blade retaining steel. It is a little bit soft, but as a result it takes an edge really easily. It's nice, so you can keep it shaving sharp. It comes shaving sharp, which is always great. It makes you think that a knife is really high quality. It is nice. They call it full tang. I'm not sure about that because, as you can see, it's got this bolt sticking out of the handle here. I haven't taken the bolt out yet because, honestly, I don't want to know. So I'll just tell myself that it's full tang. It has a thick cross section here, but it does narrow down quickly. I'm not sure that I like that, but I won't complain. This is a relatively cheap knife, and I think it's great for the price. The rubberized grip is nice. It's a good texture. I wasn't originally crazy about these finger grooves, but they've actually grown on me. They help the knife stay in your hand. You're not going to lose control of the knife. But yeah, it does limit your grip a little bit, but I'm alright with that. So yeah, it's balanced a little bit far forward, more so than I'd like it to be, but that's not too big of a problem. So yeah, ultimately, I would try not to be too abusive of this knife, smashing it against things like that, because you will take the edge right off the knife, which obviously you don't want to do that. But as far as just a knife for normal use, for things like camping, just everyday use, I think you'll be fine. And at $28, I think it's a real value for a knife that looks and performs like that one does. Alright, so that concludes the knives that I'm really proud of. I have lots of other knives sitting at home, but these are the ones I wanted to come and talk to you guys about. So, yeah, we promised you guys something fun at the end of each video. So for this video, we have a Black Armada coil spring stiletto, switchblade, that we'll be giving away once we reach the 100 subscriber mark. I bought this knife just to check it out off bladeplay.com. It was like $20. Personally, I think for $20 switchblades, this one's great. Blade locks up nice. The handles, they're cheap plastic, but they're fine. The blade hasn't crept out of the handles yet, so it's fine. A lot of cheaper switchblades you get, the blade will just creep right out of the handle and you can't use them anymore. I'm real happy with it, and just wanted to set a precedent with our channel. We want to be giving back to you guys, so if you see this video and you like it, give it a subscription. Once we get to 100 subscriptions, I'll pick one of you guys and I'll send you out this knife here. So yeah, we hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you're looking forward to Chad's video coming up next week. So yeah, if you have a suggestion of a knife or gun you want to see us review, leave us a comment, something like that, and we'll see what we can do for you. We hope you enjoy all of our videos, so bye.